It's your boy, Street Cred, 4K, all day, back like I never left. You know what? We got to talk about a DYN. Now, I know you know what a YN is, but let me tell you what a DYN is. That's a dangerous young ninja. There's a DYN out here, goes by the name of GBO Gaston. And he's really making his rounds around LA and disrespecting what he considers his ops. He really displays his death wishes in a few different ways. One is he's disrespecting Nipsey Hussle. He disrespected Nip. Went around to his grave, spit on his site, does these live streams, and basically disrespecting Nip. I think that we should have learned a lot about disrespecting the dead, let alone disrespecting Nip. So what happened is he got caught up to. GBO Gaston, I want to call him GBO Bozo the Clown, who's got a death wish. That's a DYN. Not a DYN because he's out here doing what Tay K was doing and knocking people's heads off for no reason at all and is going to end up in prison for 80 years. But he's a DYN that has a death wish for himself and wishes to get his own head knocked off. I mean, he wants his own wig pushed back. I mean, he's praying for some daisies to be laid on top of him. He's wishing upon the stars and Mother Earth to put some dirt on top of him. And you know what? I think he's going to get what he got coming. Let's check him out.
About to touch on somebody that's still playing with their life in these streets. We got Gaston McWeenie, a.k.a. GBO Gaston. Now, for everybody that's not familiar with Gaston, this is a dude that has started his own gang coming out of Lakewood. Lakewood is just east of Northside Long Beach and really is going to be known solely for the Lakewood Mall. There's really nothing else that's coming out of Lakewood. It's a really nice area, definitely not known for its gangbanging. The closest hoods that's going to be surrounding Lakewood is going to be hoods at Northside Long Beach, Hawaiian Gardens, Artesia, on the borderline of East Lakewood, and Bellflower. But Lakewood as a whole, 95% of it is really going to be upper middle class families reside in this section, not with the gang activity. But this is where we get a special situation where GBO Gaston has formulated his own hood over here called Get Back Official off Hater Avenue between Delamo and Candlewood. Now, over the years, we've seen a lot of...
He basically kind of lives in the suburbs and said, well, we're going to create a hood right here. We're going to turn dangerous. This is when looking for danger could backfire and truly blow up in your face. I mean, don't run out looking to get the street cred. I don't think that's the way to kind of run after that, right? Because you end up in the wrong place at the wrong time and the wrong things happen to you almost all the time. That's how it ends in these situations.
People really do a lot of popping it on the internet, trying to get famous off the clout and kind of just going to the extreme to make their presence felt on the internet. 9 times out of 10, those are always the people that end up getting smoked or going to prison over the games that they playing in the streets. And he really just next in line to take part in one of them situations. You know, over the years, we've seen a lot from this dude. We've seen him implicating himself in the homicide. We've seen him take credit for a shooting that happened on Instagram Live. We also seen him claim to be the one that actually shot Nipsey Hussle when he was killed.
Nigga, I'm not playing about none of that shit, nigga. I seen him in front of All Money In's store, nigga. Seen him with his daughter, nigga. I shot him, nigga. I was like, hey, where you from? He was like, I'm from 60. I said, all right, nigga, GBO, shot him, nigga, got loose, nigga. I'm on the E-way right now doing the dash, nigga. I got away from the crime scene, nigga.
Bro, so you telling me and everybody else on this motherfucking line that you shot Nipsey Hussle?
I shot Nipsey Hussle. Gaston McWeenie, I shot Nipsey Hussle. Come get me, nigga. I shot him.
We seen him in the interrogation room playing with them people over Mariah Carey's house being flocked. And we've also seen him dissing a lot of dead homies from a lot of reputable sets in the city. And everything at this point is kind of bubbled up to where it's more probable than not that this dude's life gonna be taken real soon. And we gonna speak on all the events that he's become infamous for throughout the city, as well as touch on his home life with his family and show y'all how this dude not even like that. So let's rewind the clock back to about 2020, 2021 when he first hit the scene. We know his main primary beef started with somebody named Eric Vincent Osby, aka Block Boy, who's allegedly from Ma Paru in Compton. Now, both of them dudes, young kids at the time, just going back and forth. But after a few events took place between them two, which we gonna speak on, Gaston seemingly puts his feet deep in this street shit when he decides to actually start dissing hoods out here. So we first seen this in Eastside Black Bandit Crip Hood on the east side of Long Beach.
You see me walking, right? Look, who am I? I can't walk because your bitch ass boy got shot. Nigga, fuck silence all his day on me. Look, cars put up, I'm not even scared. Look around. You see any bagels? You see how they never outside? These niggas bullshit. I'm about to walk with a walker in their head. Look, I'm Gabby with a walking. Walk with me, look. You see these signs? I'm walking with it. I'm trying to be just like Silas Jackson, the nigga that got shot. Nigga, bagels all they day on me, nigga. Fuck.
He showed himself on Gavio to 10th Avenue, dissing somebody that got shot and was in a wheelchair at the time, and also dissing all the Black Bandit's dead homies. Now, at this time, he was trying to fit in with these Northside Long Beach Crips in them Carmelito projects, the Brick Boys. We done seen him associating with Hitman 50, a dude named A. Beezy, records with Jabalo. He wanted to fit in with these dudes on the north because, like I said, Lakewood is not a reputable side of town. It's not a town you can just be banging, especially for the activities that he was looking to get himself into. And with Black Bandit being the enemy set of the Brick Boys, of course he gonna start beefing with these dudes. And of course he was playing with a little bit of fire when he was going back with some of these young dudes claiming a mob on the east side of Compton, which is when we seen somebody from Paru catch him lacking at the courthouse in 2021. But like I said, in 2021, he was just getting his feet wet. 2022 is when he decided to turn this shit up a notch and go to Nipsey Hussle grave and his mural and spit at his grave site and throw some piss on his picture in his hood.
My blower out right here, nigga. I'm finna spit on Cut grave, nigga. Sissies on they dead homies, nigga. Nigga, you see the time and all that? 7:40, nigga, on a dead homies, nigga. You see the piss? Finna throw piss on Cut on a dead homies, Cut. Look, piss on Cut, nigga.
Now, it's common sense that this will have the whole city in an uproar. And there was really no good reason for him to do any of that. He's not from LA. Dudes he hanging around with was not beefing with the 60s, but he feels like this was a good idea to get his name out there. And we gonna speak about his true motives as well. Now, after that, it seemed like he just want to start beefing with all the neighborhood Crips, because shortly after this situation, we catch him beefing with C-Mac from Rollin' 50s, where not only did he diss C-Mac in front of Tunchi from Block and in front of Bonelli from 6-0, he also proceeded to disrespect all of the Rollin' 50 dead homies and say he was smoking on Nipsey.
Weird ass nigga on the dead homies. Niggas know. Niggas always want to pop it, nigga. Niggas know on the dead homies, nigga. I got a 55th right now with my blower, nigga. I got 55 shots, nigga, on the dead homies, nigga. I got 55 shots in the clip, nigga. On crib, nigga. Niggas know. Nigga, I'm sliding right now. I'm gang sliding, nigga. Dead homies, bro. Nigga.
So playing all them games, especially with those specific people on live, automatically is putting this dude in a bad position on the west side. With this in the 50s and the 60s in front of some dudes from Hunnis who also rock with the neighborhoods is putting a big target on your back. But around the same time, he still was pressing the gas. He decides to take it to Watts, where he starts beefing with D3 from Bounty Hunters. Now, not only did he pull up in the Nickersons, diss the Bounty Hunters and they dead homies, and diss D3 as well as drop D3 location to his crib or whatever, he pulls out a shirt of one of D3 deceased homies, lights it on fire, and spits on it, continuing his dissing of the dead.
That ski mask on, cause I gotta blow a nigga down, nigga. Fuck D3 all his dead homie, nigga. You see a dead homie burning right now. Look at the face, Show the face, show his dead homie burning. Look, me spit on Cut. Look, show me spitting on Cut. Spit on your dead homie. Look, don't cut in there, nigga. Fuck your dead homie. All on the floor, nigga. I'm a nigga for my shit.
First of all, let me say this. That is far, far too disrespectful to anybody dead, but especially to Nipsey Hussle. I mean, first things first, He didn't shoot no Nipsey Hussle, and if you did, or if you did not, why would he want to go and try to claim that cred? Why would he want to go and say that's something he did? To me, it really sounds like he's really praying to be pushing up daisies before he hits 25. I mean, I got to be quite clear. This GBO Gaston really is going to get gassed out. That's what it looks like to me. That's where he headed. Secondly, you go to Nipsey's. He went to Nipsey's grave site, spit on his grave, and then went to his mural, and poured piss on his mural. We're going to go ahead and have a moment of silence for this young boy right now. Bow your heads. Because it's only going to be a matter of time before they find his and cook that YN. They're going to cook that young ninja for doing that. It's a matter of time. I mean, not to bring up something sensitive to Indian Red Boy's family, but do we need to go back? No, should we go back? We're going to have to go back to how Indian Red Boy ended up. I don't promote violence, but I also don't promote YNs, DYNs, dangerous young ninjas out here doing dangerous things to find themselves in dangerous situations. So let's rewind time back to how Indian Red Boy ended up one time, real quick.
Like, you ain't got nothing on you right now. What would you do, fool?
Damn about that, fool. I got these.
What the fuck? Blood, what the fuck? Where you at?
I'm at our door. I'm at our door.
Jeff and Susie, we're off of Chandran Avenue in the city of Hawthorne, and you can see Hawthorne PD. They are wrapping up their investigation. They're still taking some photographs. We watched the coroner just wheel the body away. It is a male in his 20s that was shot and killed inside this car. There are a lot of bullet holes inside that windshield. We zoomed in earlier and saw that. So they responded earlier this evening to reports of a man who was shot in the face and died at the scene. So again, coroners just wrapped up their investigation. We're watching the family over here on the side, very distraught, as you can imagine. I'll widen out and show you as well. Hawthorne PD has been having some kind of issues with crowd control. Down here on this corner, a large crowd is gathered, and they set up a skirmish line. So there was some kind of issue here, possibly with a confrontation. They're trying to keep people out of this crime scene so that they can wrap up their investigation. But a man in his 20s dead tonight after being shot in the face. Live in Skyline overhead, I'm Desmond Shaw. Jeff and Susie, back to you in the studio.
I know plenty of y'all have seen this. The story, this is not about DYNs doing dangerous. This is about hopefully waking somebody up who might see this, that might want to go and try to get this clout. I mean, if you really ain't out there in the streets like that, if you really ain't outside, then I suggest you stop all the capsy. Like, just cut out the capsy and just keep it real with yourself and ask yourself, do you want to end up like, unfortunate way Indian Red Boy ended up? Prayers to that young man and how he ended up. But you just can't play with people's names out here like GBO Gaston is doing in this age of 2025. I feel like I said earlier, he truly has a death wish. I mean, he's really praying to have some dirt put over his face. I mean, I don't know why you would want to end up in a mortuary, get makeup put up on your face so that your mama and your family can come see you as you lay to rest. I don't understand why the clout has to mean that much. I mean, somebody at some point got to wake the boy up and say, look, you out here playing with Nip name, and you know what? They caught up to him. They caught up to GBO Gaston, but they didn't do that thing to him. They didn't do that thing to him that they did to Indian Red Boy, but somebody is probably going to do that thing to him.
And then he's also seen around the same time beefing with the Grape Streets on live. But something else that we're going to touch on in this video is his ties to these areas, his family background, because his father stays on Wilmington, in between these bounty hunters and the grapes, Mr. Jimmy. So, it's not really known why he decides to play all these games, because the clout can't be this worth it, especially when you start introducing your people into the mix. But after this situation, especially with the Nipsey dissing, like I said, he was cool with the Brick Boys in the 50s, and he did a song with Jabalo called Slauson. At this time, he falls out with Jabalo over that dissing. Jabalo doesn't want to associate himself with Nipsey, and rightfully so. Nobody should want to associate themselves with this dude. This is when the situation happens where he goes on live with a dude named Mr. Get It Done and records himself shooting a gun in public, broad daylight. Mr. Get It Done is sitting right there. He's on live too with the dude. The bullet missed him. He say, dude missed. And he takes credit and admits to shooting a gun in broad daylight. But he claims he's not a snitch. Well, I mean, if you snitching on yourself, I don't know.
What's cut, dummies?
He shot and he missed.
But he was also with the dissing of these dudes up at No Jumper around this same time. Like I said, at this point in 2022, he really wanted to get cracking. Also, he can get an interview up at No Jumper with Adam 22. He allegedly pulls up to Whack 100 house and pulled up to Adam 22 house looking for these dudes, beefing with Brick Baby, and pulls up to No Jumper and pisses on No Jumper's doorstep. So, just doing a lot of little kid shit, but tying everything in with this gangbanging. But it seemed like he wanted to pick up the torch where Block Boy left off. Now, everybody knows that Block Boy started all this bullshit in the city with playing games like this on the internet and dissing hoods at random. We seen Block Boy go at it with the Hoovers, pulling up at their hood park, whacking them dudes out, dissing all they dead homies. He also pulled up to the bounty hunters, dissing the bounty hunters' dead homies. Pulled up to PJ Watts, dissed they dead homies. He was also dissing Dye City, the same hood Rimble from, and he was dissing them Eastside 4-pack gangsters off 43rd. And with him claiming the Takers or Mob Paru, of course he was dissing all Compton Crips. But the only person that really matched his level was his main enemy in GBO Gaston. Both of these dudes was young, fresh out of high school, and really playing games in these streets. Both of them was seen having a lot of back and forth. But I'ma keep it real, GBO Gaston was extremely turned down when Block Boy was around.
Hop out. You talking about where you from? Hop out. You like a bitch right now. Hop out. Let me get your rollie, nigga. Hop out. Hop out. You bang, nigga? Fuck GBO, nigga. Come here. Fuck GBO, nigga. Fuck GBO, nigga.
I need that 5-band rollie. Where the rollie at?
Niggas. You a bitch, nigga.
Where the rollie?
This is why we seen him doing all these crazy antics ever since Block Boy was taking out this shit. We seen Block Boy pull up to his crib multiple times, did a whole Street Fighter beatdown on his Benz, spent his block multiple times. But everything bubbled up for Block Boy when somebody killed him over here in Lakewood on 207th Street in the Trey 57 Hustlers, not too far from Hawaiian Gardens. Now, 2 days after Christmas, somebody put a shot in this dude's head in broad daylight for all that playing.
RP Nip, nah, that smoking on Nip right now.
Apologize again if I spit on you.
I'm sorry for dissing all the day.
Say Nipsey, bro.
I'm sorry for dissing Nipsey.
Nipsey Hussle, homie.
I'm sorry for dissing Nipsey Hussle. I'm sorry about that.
Chopper with the spotlight out, and we were just running through bushes. But Gaston, he's the one that took everything.
That's the only thing between me and these. That's what I'm saying. Is tatted up and actually from a hood, and they're snitching. I'm not from nowhere.
Indian Red Boy, to Block Boy, to YBC Duel out in Philly. I mean, they all end up the same way, and I believe GBO Gaston gonna end up the same way. This is less about him and more about that dumb behavior that leads to only one place, maybe two, could lead to life in prison, but I doubt you're going to make it there like Tay-K did. Most likely it's going to lead to a real dark box somewhere in the ground, or in an urn sitting on top of somebody's mantle in your mama's house or your daddy's house, whoever's there. I think that's the only way it ends up. I don't think it ends up no other way, because that's when clout chasing goes real bad. Anytime clout chasing ain't never okay anyway. I mean, if that's what you're doing, if that's what you truly consider your street cred, then you're probably gonna die behind that. And that's unfortunately they're gonna leave somebody sad in this world, right? But lessons have to be learned. I'm a firm believer that lessons have to be learned, and we can sit around and learn from the behavior that other people do. That's just how that goes. So if that's that guy's way, GBO Gaston's way of climbing the ladder to success and then showing up also at no jumper back in that time, it's 2025. What he was doing was a couple of years ago. Don't really know where he is today. I assume he's doing the same damn thing he always been doing. Anyway, it's your boy Street Cred 4K all day. Make sure you subscribe, like, share, comment, continue to tap in, continue to check in, and I'm going to continue to bring you nothing else but the truth.